Lakers fans?
What up, Lakers fam?
Laker fans.
Let's go, Lakers!
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
We ballin'. But it's purple, hard as well, baby. LA, I got us. Who with me? Let's roll.
Oh, yeah, you already know.
You know what they yell when they see me?
Purple and gold, purple and gold.
Some Diamonds on my way to the
Slam dunk.
Gonna hate her like who?
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Champions of the spot. Watch how they watch us. Meet me at the top.
LA, baby.
Nah, we ain't gon' stop. LA be like, they gon' fans like, LA be like. We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us. We ballin'.
It's all purple and gold, baby. It's all purple and gold.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Lakers crew. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride, baby. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It's Lakers Over Everything. Welcome back to the Lakers Over Everything YouTube channel, baby. It's game day. It's game day. It's game day. Let me say it again. It's game day. Lakers game day. The Lakers are in action tonight. Our boys, they're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, baby. They're on the East Coast to kick off a 5-game road trip. Yes. The Lakers are on the road for 5 games. It all starts tonight against the defending NBA champion, Milwaukee Bucks, baby. It's an early tip-off tonight, 4:30 p.m. tip-off, West Coast time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're here live with the live early show for you guys, the live pregame show, early live pregame show for you guys. So yeah, y'all bear with me. Let's dive right in, baby. It's gonna be a fun one tonight. Milwaukee, Anthony Davis versus Giannis Antetokounmpo. You guys see him back there. That's the matchup of the night. Whenever these two guys are on the court, you know, that's something to see. That's a treat for us tonight. So that's what we got going tonight. AD's actually been balling for us while LeBron James has been out. Giannis is balling. Giannis is putting up 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. So Giannis is doing his thing. AD's doing his thing. It's gonna be a good one tonight. It's gonna be a good one. Whenever you got those two on the court together, that's the marquee matchup of the night, and that's gonna be exciting to see. Very exciting to see. Let's talk a little bit about our Lakers. Well, first let's talk about Milwaukee. We'll give you the rundown on them, and then we'll talk about everything Lakers. All right. Once again, this is the Lakers Chat live pregame show. Lakers at Milwaukee Bucks tonight. It's an early tip-off. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to catch this on the replay because it is so early, but that's all good. That's all good. So shout out to all my replay gang out there. Shout out to all of you. Anyone else catching it live, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. But yeah, the Lakers come again. Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are 6-8. They're sitting at a 6-8 record, so they're having that that championship hangover. It happens to all team in all sports. A slow start. Especially Milwaukee, man, they haven't won. It's been since the 70s. It's been a long time since Milwaukee won a championship. So they're extra hungover right now. So they're sitting at 6-8. They're struggling, trying to find their way. Got some quality wins though. They got some quality wins. They got an opening night win against the Brooklyn Nets, right? We all know what Brooklyn is, so they defeated the Brooklyn Nets opening night. They have wins over the Spurs, the Indiana Pacers. That's another good one. The Detroit Pistons, Philadelphia 76ers, and the New York Knicks. So those are their 6 wins, and then again they come in with 8 losses to the Miami Heat, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh, they got them too. We all know Minnesota just got us not too long ago, so they got the Bucks as well. San Antonio Spurs, Utah Jazz, New York Knicks, Washington Wizards, and then they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. They come in 2-game losing streak with losses, back-to-back losses to the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. So they're struggling a bit, trying to find their way. However, they've been without, Giannis been doing it alone with Giannis and Drew Holiday. They've been without Chris Middleton, the third part of their little big 3 over there. He's been out since Halloween. October, the day before Halloween, October 30th. My son's birthday, by the way. He's been out since October 30th on the NBA, NBA protocol list. So guys dealing with that left and right. He's been on their list, but he's making his return tonight. So Chris Middleton is back in the lineup tonight. So that, that'll be a nice boost for them, well needed, and that'll make things a little tougher for us. Again, Giannis comes in averaging 27 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Chris Middleton, before he was out on that the protocol list, he was averaging 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And then Drew Holiday is sitting around 15 points a night. So yeah, we got a tough one tonight. Although they're struggling, they're going to be up for us, just like everyone's up for us. It don't matter who we play. They get up for us. They don't take it easy. So I expect nothing different tonight. I expect them to be on tonight. It's a national national televised game. It's on ESPN. So they know, the champs, the Lakers. This is a matchup of the past two, NBA champions. Of course, we won it in 2020. Milwaukee won it last year in 2021. So we got two NBA champions, the past two current NBA champions colliding. So Milwaukee's going to be up for this one. Giannis is going to be up. Whenever he plays the Lakers, he's up. AD, whenever he's matched up with AD, he's up. So this is going to be a fun one tonight. So it's not an easy one at all. There's never any easy ones with us. Everyone plays us tough, gives us their best, and we expect nothing less tonight. So this is a nice marquee matchup. The Lakers are trying to get back on track. Of course, we're coming off that beat down. Chicago Bulls absolutely beat us down. That 121-118 loss on this past Monday night to the Chicago Bulls. So we're trying to avenge that. We're currently sitting at 8-7. 15 games, through 15 games, 8-7. So we're right around 500, one game above 500. We don't want to drop this one. We want to grab this one. This is the opening night of a very tough 5-game road trip. The Lakers had 12 of their first 15 games at Staples Center. So now we're on the road for 5 straight. It kicks off tonight, Milwaukee. And then on Friday, we go to Boston. Boston. The rivalry. Yes. That's on Friday. And then Sunday, we play the Detroit Pistons at Detroit. And then next Tuesday, Lakeshow, they head to New York City, MSG, Madison Square Garden. And then we end the road trip against Indiana on Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving. So a tough 5-game roadie. But our boys are ready. Let's hope we can build some chemistry while we're on the road. That's a great place to build chemistry, on the road, away from all the distractions, away from your home crowd. So that's something that we definitely need right now. We need to keep building our chemistry, build our chemistry as we try to get healthy. LeBron James is out tonight. Let's talk about the injury report. LeBron James is officially ruled out tonight. Austin Reaves is also out tonight. Trevor Ariza is out tonight, and Kendrick Nunn is out tonight. So those are all 4 of those guys are out. LeBron James, we got some good news about him. There's growing optimism that he's going to suit up in our next game. Not tonight, but our next game against Boston. The big rivalry, the big game at the Boston Garden. I'm not sure what they're calling it these days, but so LeBron James may be back for that game. It's looking like it. It's pretty much looking like he'll be back for that one. So that's something to get excited about. LeBron James making his return, as we've been out with, he's been out for over 2 weeks now. So we need to get him healthy. We just THT, he made his return a couple games back, and he's actually been balling. 17 points his first night out, career high 28 points against the Chicago Bulls, albeit in a beatdown, a loss. But that was really very, very good to seeing THT take his game to the next level. We've all been waiting to see it. And we're starting, we finally get to see it now. So I expect him to go hard tonight, have a great game tonight. We need that tonight. We need that on this road trip. And, when we get LeBron back and we have THT integrated in there as well, that'll be very, very nice to see this chemistry starting developing, as we get closer and closer to Christmas, New Year's Eve, and all that good stuff. It's time to see these boys come together. All right. Drew Holiday will have his hands full tonight with Russell Westbrook. That's another matchup to watch. Drew Holiday and Russell Westbrook. Chris Middleton, let's see what we do with him. We can't let all 3 of those guys go off tonight. We need AD to match up really well against Giannis. I want to see him come out the gate. shutting Giannis down, D'ing him up, and all that stuff, and being aggressive. I want to see him be aggressive tonight. Of course, he should be a little angry. Let's see some anger out of AD. Let's see him play angry. He did get ejected. Remember, he got ejected in that game against Chicago. A couple minutes into the third quarter, he was ejected. If you guys didn't see it, it was an awful ejection. He already had one technical foul. He went down on offense. He lost his shoe. His shoe fell off, and then he fell out of bounds. So it was a turnover, and he got up, to put his shoe back on, and the referee allowed the play to continue. He gave AD no time, to get his stuff together and get back in the game. AD stood up, said a cuss word at him, got tossed. It was horrible. It was horrible. You guys got to go see if you didn't see it, you got to go see the replays on that. Absolutely horrible. So AD should be mad tonight. Our entire team should be mad after getting embarrassed at Staples Center on Monday night. Total embarrassment. So, we need to take that on Milwaukee tonight. We need to come together and really ball out tonight. Albeit it's in Milwaukee, it's not at Staples Center, so that's even more motivation to get things done, to kick off this road trip. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Some things we definitely have to clean up. The turnovers, we already know. That's been the story. That's been the running story for us. The turnovers, absolutely killing us. We got to correct that tonight. It's gonna be tough tonight with Chris Middleton, Giannis, Drew Holiday. This is a team, a great defensive team, right? Great defensive team. So although they've been struggling this year, but the defense is still their DNA. So it's gonna be tough tonight. So we got to protect the ball. We got to protect the ball and just we can't be careless with the ball. Russ, he only had 4 turnovers last game. So let's see if that can carry over into tonight. Keep him right around 4. If you tell me Russ only had 4 turnovers, then I expect us to be in the game. So let's see. He's been THT since he's come back. THT's been having the ball a little bit. So that's very, very exciting. So the ball's not in Russ's hands as much. And of course, Rondo is back. He made his return last game from injury, so he's back. So So less time the ball has to be in Russ's hands. It doesn't have to be in his hands 40 minutes a night. LA Sports Live, what's up, my brother? What's up? Yo. Lakers about to go on a winning streak. Let's get that on the screen. That's right. That's what we need. We got this 5-game road trip. Let's get this winning streak going. Let's get it going. Let's get it tonight. Milwaukee, let's take care of business. Then, of course, on Friday, let's head to Boston. And let's take care of Boston, baby. That rivalry renewed. Let's get this win streak going. It's a perfect time to get a nice win streak going on the road. Let's go get all 5 of them. Let's go get all 5 of these. All right. That'd be real nice if we can do that. All right. Again, 5-game road trip. We got Milwaukee tonight, Boston on Friday, Detroit Pistons on Sunday. And then on next Tuesday, we got the New York Knicks. And then next Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, we have the Indiana Pacers before we come back home that following next Friday, I believe, and, take on the Sacramento Kings back at Staples Center. So, yes, LA Sports Live, let's get this thing going, baby. Let's get this thing going. Tupac Biggie, what up, bro? What up? Tupac Biggie, it's good to see you. Peace out to you, brother. Yes. We talked about that a little while ago. LA Sports Live. Yes, Chris Middleton is back tonight. He's been out since the day before Halloween, October 30th, on the NBA protocol list. He's coming back tonight. So his 20 points, his 20-point average, 20.5 rebound, 4 assists average is back tonight. So that's going to make things a little more difficult for us. But I'm up for the challenge. The Lakers better be up for the challenge, although we're still without LeBron James tonight. We're hoping he'll make his return on Friday, our next game in Boston. But so they get Chris Middleton back, and they need him, boy. They need him. They've been struggling. Milwaukee's on a 2-game losing streak with back-to-back losses to the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. So they're trying to right this ship. As we get closer to 20 games, they're trying to right this ship and get back on the side of things. They're currently sitting at 6-8. So that NBA championship hangover is real. It's real there in Milwaukee, especially since it's been so long since they've won. So it's even bigger over there. So Middleton comes back tonight, and he he's well needed. So I think he'll give them a boost. So we got our hands full tonight. We got our hands full tonight. As we said, the marquee matchup of the night though is AD versus Giannis. Giannis versus AD. You know, they're battling and battling. Every time we play them, they battle and battle and battle. So I'm expecting nothing different tonight. AD, let's give it to Giannis. Let's give Giannis that work, baby. And more importantly, let's leave with that lead. Another matchup to look for is the matchup of Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook versus sorry, I didn't drew a blank. I never got his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Drew Holiday. Russell Westbrook versus Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday guard and Russell Westbrook. That'll be a nice matchup to watch as well. Tupac Biggie. We just signed Shante Brown Jr. Now we got to sign James Ennis, Harry Giles, and two guards that can play on-ball defense. Yeah. So a little Lakers news, if you guys didn't know, the Lakers actually cut I forgot his name. Sekou Doumbouya. They actually cut him, and they re-signed Shante Brown on a two-way contract. I'm not sure if Shante's there tonight. The last I checked, he wasn't with the team yet, but maybe he'll. I don't know, but that was 2 days ago when we signed him. So maybe he is there tonight, or maybe he'll join us in Boston. But yeah, we did sign Shante Brown Jr. Of course, he was with us, with last year. He was with us this year in training camp and all that stuff. He was on our preseason roster, and they cut him. They didn't give him that two-way spot, but so they cut Sekou Doumbouya. Yeah, thanks, LA Sports Live. They cut Sekou Doumbouya, and then they gave that spot back to Shante Brown. So that'll be nice to see. And then in regards to James Ennis, Harry Giles, and all that, we'll see what happens. I believe during the by the time we get to the buyout market, we'll make some type of moves. We'll get someone else in here. Some guards, some defenders, and all that stuff. But yes, Shante Brown Jr., welcome back to the squad. Some more Lakers news. This news, I'm not too happy about it. I'm actually kind of upset about it. I'm sure you guys heard. If you didn't, you'll hear here now. The Staples Center, the historic Staples Center, is being renamed. All these years, the house that Kobe built, they're renaming that arena. No longer will be called the Staples Center. Actually, on Christmas Day, 39 days from now, it will be renamed the Crypto.com Arena. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Staples Center no more. They're renaming Staples Center into the Crypto.com Arena. So yeah, this is the company. It's the biggest naming rights deal in sports history. It's a $700 million deal, $700 million 20-year deal. So for the next 20 years, the building soon to be formerly known as Staples Center will become the Crypto.com Arena. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not calling it that. That place will always be Staples Center to me. That's the house that Kobe built. I'm going to do an entirely separate video. It'll be up for you guys tomorrow on this. I'm very sad about this news, because Staples Center is just it's that's the venue. We won 5 NBA champions with Kobe. That's the venue that Kobe built. It's connected to Kobe, and we're going to come and change that. So it's tough. It's tough to see, but that's business, right? That's the business of sports, the business of the NBA. It's big business. Again, it's a $700 million deal, naming rights deal. So unfortunately, that's just one of the things you don't want to see change. You got Dodger Stadium. Of course, Dodger Stadium, the Forum, those buildings have been here way longer than Staples Center. But the history of Staples Center, 5 NBA championships with Kobe there, 1 in Staples Center, plus another with LeBron. So we got 6 NBA championships in that building. The Kings won in that building. That's tough. That's tough, man. It's real tough. Man, I was very sad last night when that news broke. It broke like around midnight Eastern Standard Time, so 9 p.m. Lakers time. Right. LA Sports Live. That's why the Lakers need their own arena at some point, right? That's tough, man. That's tough. But that's also one of the things with Jeannie Buss. Unlike most other sports owners, Jeannie Buss is not a billionaire. The Lakers are her. That's where her money comes from. Most other NBA owners, the sports franchise is just fun, right? That's not their main social income. That's just something that they hold for fun and for power or whatever. You know, they're already billionaires outside of sports, but Jeannie Bussey's, you know, in the Buss family, the current controlling owners of the Lakers, they're not, you know, they're not billionaires. So these TV deals and these naming rights deals and all that stuff, you know, it comes with it when you're owner when you have an owner of that sort. So it's tough. It's very sad to see, but I don't know. I just wish, again, I'm gonna make an entire separate video about this, but my last statement on this is we don't even get to see Kobe Bryant statues put out in front of Staples Center. You know, it's going to be Kobe Bryant statues out in front of the crypto.com arena. You know, so that's tough to see. That's tough to see. That's tough to see. Again, I'll make a separate video about it. I'm not going to go on and on about it. I'm still kind of sad about it. Still kind of annoyed by it. So, yeah. There we go. That's true right there. LA Sports Live. The Lakers are still a family business, pretty much, right? They're the controlling owners. Their income pretty much comes from there. So yeah, it's tough. Unlike Dr. Buss, you know, he had money. You know, he didn't have to rely on the Lakers and all that. Although that, you know, that was one of the biggest things that he's known for, the Lakers and all that stuff. But man, it's just tough. It's tough. It's real tough to see this very, very sad day in LA. I haven't met a fan yet or talked to anyone yet that's happy about this. It's very, very, very. It's tough. It's a tough one. It's a tough tough pill to swallow. Especially with the connection, Staples Center and Kobe Bryant. But it'll forever, no matter what it's called, it'll forever be the house that Kobe built. I would have loved to see it named after Kobe. But who knows? Maybe someday. Again, this is a 20-year deal. So you know, who knows? The Buss family may not even own Staples Center 20 years from now. We never know. We never know. But yeah. So again, the Lakers in action tonight. It's an early tip-off. So we're here on an early pregame show for you guys. It's a 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tip-off. So yeah, we're here with a live pregame show for you a little early. If you're catching this on the replay, then shout out to you. We're not going to stay on long just so we can give some of our replay people a chance to watch this from the beginning in its entirety. Of course, we will be live tonight for our post-game show, so make sure you come join us. Win, lose, or draw, we will be here. It's tough, although it's tough to get on here after losses, especially after blowouts. But we're not going to speak that. We're not going to speak that. We're going to speak a win tonight. Like LA Sports Live mentioned, we're going to speak, the start of a nice win streak going tonight. All right. We're at the 6-8 Milwaukee Bucks. We come in at 8-7. I'm coming off that loss to Chicago on Monday night. The Bucks coming off a 2-game losing streak to the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. So we're both hungry. We're both looking for wins. It's a nationally televised ESPN game, nationally ESPN televised game. So, we're not trying to get embarrassed on national television, and the Bucks are not trying to lose 3 straight. With this game being on national television. So we're both going to come out hungry. AD was pretty pissed off about that last loss in Chicago. His presser, he had 2 words. We sucked, and he was right about that. We absolutely sucked. So let's not come out sucking tonight. Let's come out and let's do what we need to do tonight and get back on the winning side of things. Bad decision to change the name at this point. Right. Tupac Biggie. Yeah, very, 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 very tough. Very bad decision. Albeit, I understand it's a business. Them being a family-owned business, pretty much. They had to go after that money. So it's a $700 million deal. Over these next 20 years. That's how the Lakers make their money, with the naming rights, with the TV deal. It's tough. It's tough. I know, LA Sports Live. Nobody is talking about the Bucks being 6-8. Everyone hating on the Lakers. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. We're used to it. When you rock that purple and gold, the haters come out. But let them hate now. I'd rather them hate now than them be hating in June, right? In June, they're going to be real quiet. Come April, May, June, when it's time, they're going to be real, real quiet. So, go ahead and hate. It's all good. We could take it. Trust me, they're hearing it. They're going to. They're hearing this. They're gonna play with a chip on their shoulder. They're gonna get it together. They're gonna get it together. We just got to get healthy. The more, the more and more healthy that we get, healthier that we get, then things will start to settle. Although we expect LeBron James to make his return not tomorrow, our next game on Friday. We expect to see Bron back, King James back, so that'll be really, really nice. We got THT back, and he's been balling. So. Yeah, let's see Monk be consistent. We need Monk to be consistent during this road trip, especially with no Nunn. Come on, Monk, we need you to be consistent. Melo, he hasn't been playing well, shooting the ball. He hasn't shot the ball well on the road. So let's see if that could change. Of course, at home he's shooting the ball great. He's been balling for us, but let's see if it could change on the road. Let's see if we could just dial in a little bit more. On the road, a lot of times, that's when you see teams really come together, especially when you have 5 games on the road. At home, you got all these distractions. Of course, Russell Westbrook being from L.A., that's just a distraction all in itself. His first trip, his first time playing in L.A. for the Lakers. You got all his family and all that stuff. So it takes a lot of adjusting, a lot of getting used to. It's an adjustment period. And then all these other new guys, we got Melo being in L.A. for the first time, on the Lakers, and all these new guys, and it's an adjustment period. No one's done it except AD and LeBron, right? And of course THT, but THT be focused, man. I love that about him. Him being 20 years old, he's a focused 20-year-old. So I love that about THT. And then other guys like Ariza, who we haven't seen yet, but Bazemore, he wasn't here that long. Back in the day, Wayne Ellington. So it's different for those guys. So it takes a little bit of time. So on the road, we can really come together and gel as a team because we could kind of block out all the distractions, block out everything, and really come together, and lean on one another. Have that us against the world mentality, which is really nice. Let's see what we got over here. Tupac Biggie. I personally think the Lakers are going to have to waive a couple of players and pick up some defensive-minded players in order to compete against the Golden State and the Suns. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't believe this will be the roster that you're going to see. I believe we will waive some players come buyout market time. Who those players that we pick up are, I know you mentioned James Ennis and a few other players. We'll see. Other players may become available as well. So yeah, I believe come buyout market time, we'll waive some guys. And we have guys to waive. We have like a DeAndre Jordan. Now that AD's starting at the 5, we got Dwight. There's really no need for DeAndre right now, or down the road, knocking on wood that we stay healthy. But he may be one to go. Avery Bradley, he's on a non-guaranteed contract, so he may go. Kent Bazemore, the way he's been playing, he may go. So we'll see. We got some time before that. It'll be nice to see everyone come back together, and get healthy and come, and we'll see what we got. Nunn, and then of course THT just came back, so we expect him to play a lot defensively. They're really depending on him to be a two-way player. And Ariza, of course we'll get Ariza back, some weeks from now, but we need him to play defense. Kendrick Nunn is a nice defender. Not individual defender. He's a decent average individual defender, but in this team defensive scheme, let's see. We just really need to dial in on that side of the ball. I believe we have some guys, especially our younger guys. Austin Reaves, he's another nice defender. So I think our young guys really have to dial in defensively. THT, Reaves, Nunn. I'm doing an entire separate video about those guys, and Malik Monk as well. We need him. We know, he's there for the offense, microwave Monk, that instant offense, but we need him to kind of buy in defensively as well. So when the time we have time, we still have time to figure it out. But when it's all said and done, come buyout market time, I believe we will waive some guys and add some guys, some more defensive guys. Can't wait to see THT shut down Dennis on Friday. Right, man. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be fun to see. Lakers Bryce is in the building, y'all. What's up, LOE family? Lakers need to get this W tonight. That's right. Lakers Bryce will be joining us tonight for the post-game show. So y'all make sure y'all check us out. Win, lose, or draw, we will be here, all right? All right. But we not no lose or draw. We getting this W. Just like Lakers Bryce just said, we getting this W tonight. Just like LA Sports Live said earlier, we about to start this winning streak. All right. We about to go on the road. We gonna win on the road. We gonna win on the road. We gonna win on the road, baby. So yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Also, really fast, shout out as Lakers Bryce here. Shout out to the LOE family, man. We have reached 1,000 family members, 1,000 subscribers. So we appreciate, from myself and Lakers Bryce to all of you 1,000 times. Thank you. We appreciate you guys so very much. And we will have a very, 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 very special show on Friday. So you want to make sure you guys are here on Friday for the post-game show. Friday's post-game show. The Boston Celtics, the day is already gonna be lit, because we play Boston. We gonna be high, we gonna be hyped, we gonna be ready to go. We're gonna be ready to go. For that Boston game, baby. We're gonna be ready to go. We're gonna be pumped up over here. It's gonna be our first Lakers Boston rivalry live stream. So we're gonna be going crazy that night. But it's gonna be extra special, extra special, because we're gonna do a lot of giveaways. We're gonna play some games, we're gonna do some trivia, we're gonna do a lot of different things. We're gonna give away a lot of Lakers merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys. We're gonna give away some Laker tickets, in that live stream. We're gonna give away some Laker tickets. It's gonna be a fun live stream. The Lakers Boston post-game show Friday night, immediately following the Lakers the game. So make sure you tell somebody Friday night. Lakers over everything is the place to be. All right, we're gonna have fun that night. All right, so Lakers fans, y'all make sure y'all join us. Just like Lakers Bryce just said, we got some things in store for the fam. So tune in. Once again, it's big because it's Boston, right? But we're gonna make it even more special, even more big to celebrate us reaching 1,000 family members. That was a huge goal. That's any YouTuber's goal. Anyone who does YouTube. If you guys don't know, that's a big goal. That's a really, really big goal. It puts us one step closer to some other goals that we have here. But that was one of our personal goals, and we did it. So big shout out to all of you. Thank you. Church Revolution 2, what up, bro? Good to see you. It's time to get off Russ and trade him for a decent shooter. It ain't working. Yeah, bro. I don't know. We still need time, man. We still need time. I don't know if we can make that assumption yet, when LeBron James missed, all these games, so we still got to see. I think we still got to see how it works. We got to wait. A shooter, and then adding a shooter, that's not going to change the reason why we're really losing these games. It's defensively, adding a shooter, Buddy Hield or whatever, I don't think that really changes things too much. So, and Russ is averaging, over 20 points. So you get a shooter here, but they're not going to score more than that. So it's not scoring. Scoring is not our problem. Shooting, having a shooter. Wayne Ellington came in. Wayne Ellington was real nice. Against San Antonio. He made 6 threes, right? Or 5 threes. Of course, we shot. It's just the thing is when we have our bad shooting nights, it's everyone. It's not just one guy. It's everyone. Like against Chicago. It was Wayne Ellington shot the ball bad. Carmelo shot the ball bad. Malik Monk shot the ball bad. We all shot the ball bad. So it's tough. And Russ, it's funny because Russ actually shot the ball good from 3-point land on Monday night against Chicago. Of course, he didn't take up too many threes, but he shot a nice clip, over above 40%. So I don't think a shooter really changes things. It's defensively. We need to pick things up defensively. And a shooter, is he really going to give us more than what Russ is giving us the points wise? So we just need to stop turning the ball over. We need to play defense. And our third quarter is absolutely brutal. We are minus. In the plus-minus category, we are minus 89 points. We've been outscored by 89 points in the third quarter. It's dead last in the NBA, in the entire NBA, not just in the Western Conference, not just in the Pacific Division. In the entire NBA, we are dead last in third quarters. And that's a problem, man. That's a problem. Even when some of these games, we built up leads, 16-point lead, 29-point lead, and then we come out and get outscored, in the third quarter. You're not going to win that way. You're not going to win. We're not going to win too many games. So we need to, I don't know what it is. especially if there's been a veteran team. That's just something that shouldn't happen. So I'm not blaming that on. You can blame some of that on Vogel, but again, these guys are vets. He shouldn't have to coach these guys that much. These are vets. These are vets. So it's just little stuff like this we need to fix. Defense, our third quarter. We need to attack more. Stop trying to shoot so many threes. Lakers Bryce, he'll talk about that a little bit tonight. Stop shooting so many threes and attack. We have guys who can attack. AD, get in the paint and attack, which he's been doing. He's been doing that a little bit more since he's been starting at the 5, especially against San Antonio. Against Chicago, they doubled him and he didn't know what to do. He was all discombobulated. So we're beating ourselves, man. It's stuff that we need to do. Defense, we got to get together. We'll get it together. Let's see. LA Sports Live said, not yet. Don't give them a rush yet. Right. It's too early. It's only 15 games in, man. 15 games in. We're 8-7. To be honest, 20 games in, I expected us to be somewhere around closer to 10-10. Maybe like 12-8. Somewhere, something like that. I expected that 20 games in. So we're around that mark. So I'm not tripping. It's not like we're 5-15 or something like that, or even 6-8 like Milwaukee is. I'm not concerned. I think it'll come together. So yeah, let's just give it a little bit more time, fellas. Let's give it a little more time. Defense is the Lakers Bryce. Defense is the Lakers' Achilles heel right now. Fix that, and the Lakers are a scary team to face. Exactly. Offensively, I'm not worried about it at all. Especially we haven't even seen LeBron and Russ and AD together that much yet. So they're going to figure that out. It's defense, man. It's defense. So even if the offense isn't on par, even with bad shooting nights, if we dial in defensively, we're still talented enough offensively to score, 105, 110 points and win ball games if we just do our thing defensively. And I really believe that when we get all our young guys here, we'll be a lot better on defense because they're going to buy in on that end of the court. They're going to have that energy defensively. It's just we don't have it right now with these, our veteran guys. So yeah, it's not going to stay like this too long. It's not. We're not going. This isn't going to be all year thing. Either you're going to buy in and we're going to get it right, or you're going to be on the bench and we'll get somebody else in there who can get it right defensively. I'm talking. LA Sports Live, you're right. What made Chicago game bad was no one shot that well. They all not that good to me. The Lakers, once healthy, will make easy work of Bulls and Warriors. Now, I like the Bulls. Lakers Bryce knows I'm big on the Bulls. That's my I like them. That's my East Coast team I'm watching right now. But I think they're pretty good. But yeah, like you just said, we just shot the ball bad. Everybody shot the ball bad. It's not just like this one guy. It's everybody. Melo, Monk, Ellington, they all shot the ball bad. And those are our 3-point shooters, right? And say what you want. People say, oh, we need shooters. Well, we got shooters. Melo shooting 45% from 3. Monk, we need him to be more consistent, take more shots when he's out there. And Wayne Ellington, again, he started to catch his rhythm. It started to come together. The San Antonio game and that Minnesota game as well, the game before that. But remember, he hasn't been here that long either. Church Revolution, what you got. I hate to say it, but I feel like when Bron come back, if we sit Russ for a month, we're going to go on a 9-2 streak. But our defense has been terrible. We got to show more effort. We definitely have the ability. I wouldn't say that, man. I'm not blaming all this on Russ, man. It's not Russ's fault that we're giving up, that we're being outscored by 90 points in the third quarter. I can't put that on Russ, man. That's what it's coming down to. These losses is horrible third quarters, not playing defense in third quarters, giving up. And we've been scoring. That's my whole point. Offensively, we're straight. We've been scoring. If you look, even against Chicago on Monday, we scored 25 points in the third quarter. That's a good third quarter. 25 points is a nice, decent third quarter. But we gave up 37. We're giving up 37. Against Minnesota, we gave up 40. Minnesota, we were outscored 40-12 in the third quarter. How is that possible? How are you outscored 40-12 in the third quarter? And that's not on Russ. It's not like Russ is shooting horribly. Okay, Minnesota. No, Russ shot well in Minnesota. The past 2 losses, Russ has shot the ball well. Against Chicago, he shot the ball well. So I can't blame this on Russ. 28 points from Russ. I don't know what more. We can't blame everything. The turnovers, yeah, but turnovers weren't the issue against Chicago, So I'm not saying I don't know. I don't agree with that one about sitting Russ and we'll go on a streak. Yeah, I don't know. I can't blame all this on Russ. It's defense. That's everybody. That's not just Russ. It's AD. He's supposed to be the big time defender we got, so it starts with him and everyone else. All the points we're giving up in the paint, especially AD's at the 5. We got to cut all that out. I hate we don't have a great two-back biggie. I hate that we don't have a great point guard like Trae Young that can score, penetrate zone defense, and set up the bigs or kick out to our shooters. Russ can do all that. Russ can score. Russ can penetrate. Russ can kick it out. So I don't know. I rather have me personally, I'd rather have Russ than Trae Young. Trae Young is a shooter, but I'd rather have Russ. Man, y'all heavy on Russ tonight, huh? Everybody blaming Russ. I'm trying to stay positive on Russ, but it's hard, man. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want from him? Church Revolution? I mean, he has the biggest adjustment to make. It's not like just plug him in. He has a big adjustment to make. He's having to play off the ball. He's having to play with AD, with LeBron James. It's a lot. That's a big adjustment. So it takes longer than 15 games. If you expect it for this to be a smooth transition 15 games in, then I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's going to take a while. It took, it took Brooklyn. They didn't have it together figured out last year when they had the big 3. Of course, Kyrie's out this year, but last year it took them some time. 15 games in, they were like around the same record. I think they had a losing record their first 15 games. And people were saying, oh, look, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. And look how it worked out. So I think it'll be the same thing with us. I know it's different type of players. These guys aren't shooters, whatever, but I think that they'll work it out. I trust in LeBron's IQ, and I trust in LeBron, AD, and Russ getting together and agreeing to make this trade and make this work. I believe it'll work. So let's give it some more time before we give up completely. But let's definitely not keep blaming Russell Westbrook. It's not his fault. Teams are playing zone and double and triple teaming AD. Right, Tupac Biggie. That's right. They are. Chicago did that heavy, man. And that's why it was bad, to have a bad shooting night. We were off, when they were doing that. But even with that, we still got to attack. My thing is AD was acting like he didn't know what to do. Like, bro, you're supposed to be – this has happened to every big that's played on the Lakers. It's not just you. Shaq was quadruple teamed, and fouled and hack a Shaq and everything else, So you want to be great. You want to walk around here like you're great. And you want to make $35 million a year and say you're top 5 and be in the MVP conversation, all that stuff, then okay, man, handle the double team, do what you need to do. He panicked to me against Chicago like he wasn't expecting it. Like what you expect. Whatchamacallit was out. Sorry, I forgot his name. The guy from Orlando that Chicago got. Somebody help me. But he was out. So yeah, they were going to double you. So I don't know. We'll see what Milwaukee does tonight. I don't think we'll see that much double team because they got Giannis. And a lot of times when we play Milwaukee, Giannis plays AD straight up. So, I expect a hungry AD, man, from the jump, man. Don't be hesitant. Don't be waiting from the jump. Come out and get after it like you did against San Antonio. You had 19 points in the first quarter. I expect the same thing. Last game, everybody had more shots than Russ. THT had more shots. And granted, AD missed the entire fourth quarter, because he got ejected. But all these cats have more shots than AD, so we got to get that corrected. THT, Russ, everybody had more shots. So no, we gotta fix that. AD needs to come out aggressive tonight. Lakers, Bryce, Tupac, Biggie, AD just has to do a better job of recognizing the double team and finding the open man. Exactly. He acted like he didn't expect it or didn't know what to do. He was all discombobulated and surprised. Bro, no, come on, you got to get it together. And it would help him out if players would make hard cuts to the basket and attack. Right. And I think with LeBron too, keep in mind with LeBron, it's going to be hard to double team AD the way Chicago was double teaming AD. So that's something else to look out for too. But yeah, Lakers, Bryce, you're exactly right. We need to cut, stop standing around and waiting. And just make the open shots, man. We missed a lot of shots. Tupac, Biggie, the Lakers don't have the personnel to play defense. That's why they are going to pick up at least 3 or 4 defensive-minded players. I don't know. I think we do have the guys to play defense, man. With THT out there. Now, I'm not saying that I'm great. I do believe that we do need to add another defender, 1 or 2. but 3 or 4, I don't know. That's a lot of guys. Who are you giving up? That's a lot of guys you're giving up. Okay, say DeAndre Jordan's gone. Even say Kent Bazemore's gone. After that, who else you want to give up? Avery Bradley. I mean, he's on a non-guarantee, so you want to give up guys like Monk and who else? Melo. Who are you cutting to bring in these 4 players that you want to bring in? That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Now, 1 or 2, I can see that. I could say bye DeAndre Jordan. I could say bye Kent Bazemore, Avery Bradley, and let's get some other guys in. Depending on who those guys are, I think we just have to wait and see, who those guys are on the buyout market because they may not be better. Like I know you always say James Ennis, but James Ennis is sitting at home for a reason, man. So the Lakers worked out James Ennis, and apparently they didn't like what they saw because they gave that roster spot to Austin Reaves. So with Austin Reaves and THT, you get Ariza back. Avery Bradley in there a little bit, here and there, and Bazemore a little bit. I think we got some guys, but yeah, I believe we do need to get a couple guys in here. I like a straight trade Russ for Simmons. All right, that's just not gonna happen. I understand we want that, but that ain't gonna happen. Philly don't want Russ. Ben Simmons wasn't a shooter, and then they're gonna get Russ, and that's another non-shooter. I mean, they don't. I don't think that's gonna happen. They ain't gonna take Russ for that. They don't want Russ. They don't want a straight up trade. So that's just I don't think it's realistic that it's gonna happen. At first, I was thinking maybe, but yeah, I don't see it happening. And then the Lakers aren't gonna trade. The Lakers aren't gonna trade Russell Westbrook. We all know how the Lakers are with superstars, and I don't see that happening. I don't see them trading Russ. Superstar. He's from here, and we're 15 games in. We're gonna talk about trading them. Or at the trade deadline, we're going to trade them. When we get superstars, we keep our superstars. We re-sign and we pay him max contracts. And I don't think it's any different with Russ. I think he's going to be here this year, next year. And if he decides to extend, next year, then I think we're going to extend him. Look at it this way, man. Look what we had last year. Dennis Schroeder, you rather have Dennis Schroeder than what we got now in Russ? Like, we're not giving Russ a chance, man. He's averaging over 20 points. He's still averaging almost a triple-double. It's just he needs to turn, it's the turnovers, and it's not his fault, the defense. He's a part of it, but it's not solely on him. So if we fix our defense, then the outcome of these games will look a lot different. And we get the turnovers, under control, which will be a lot better when LeBron comes. When LeBron's back, the ball won't be in Russ's hands as much. Case in point, THT's back for the last couple of games, and Russ's turnovers kind of went down. Against Chicago, he had a lot of turnovers, but that game was just a mess. So you go back to San Antonio, though, he didn't have too many turnovers, and then even against Chicago, he didn't have that many turnovers. He only had 4, and that's because the ball's in THT's hands some, and Rondo, and when you get LeBron, the ball being LeBron's hands. Ben will be a take the best defensive assignment every night and make much better decisions with the ball. Yeah, but you're not going to get the scoring that Russ can give you. I love Ben Simmons. Don't take me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have Ben Simmons, but I'm happy with what we got now. I'm happy with Russ, and I think it'll all work out. And I'm just not going to blame everything on Russ. But yeah, of course, defensively, Ben Simmons, he's one of the top. He was runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year last year. So yeah, I'm not going to argue with you with that. But I just don't think Ben for Russ is going to happen. LA Sports Live, health is the key for this team. Yeah, right, as it is with every team, right? Carmelo and Ellington are key for this team as backups. Exactly. THT Monk needs to carry the load, not the old players. Exactly. I agree with you on that one as well. They are overworked. No way Carmelo should play 30 minutes. Exactly. But, we don't have a choice because of the injuries, right? So once we get everybody back, then everyone's production is going to go up, and things are going to start. Not necessarily the numbers are going to go up, but their production, their minutes will be more productive because they won't be playing roles that they're not brought here to play. Rondo was playing high 20 minutes. He shouldn't be doing that. Like you just said, Melo shouldn't be playing 30 minutes a night. He shouldn't have to do that. That's not his role. That's not what we brought him here for. But when you have injuries, right, we don't have a choice. So the more healthier we get, it's been tough, man. We've been out without Nunn all year long, of course, without Ariza all year long. And then THT was out for a long time. We get him back, and the same day we get him back, we lose Austin Reaves for 2.5 weeks. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we just got to get healthy. And I believe once we get healthy, then we could start making a better evaluation of this team. But I totally agree. You and I had this conversation. Me and Lakers Bryce had this conversation about those young guys, THT, Monk, Nunn, Reaves. Throw Reaves in there. Those guys need to carry us. This is a veteran team. So this team is built for the playoffs, right? But those young guys can help us, sustain us through the season, right? During the regular season. Because ain't nobody taking it off this year. You say, oh, playoffs, but Golden State, guess what? They ain't, they're playing hard all year long. Phoenix Suns playing hard all year long. Utah Jazz playing hard all year long. So everyone's playing hard. So we can't just chill and say, oh, we'll see you in the playoffs. No, man, we're going to end up in the play-in tournament if we take that approach. So I think these young guys can come in and be that, provide that spark, that we need. And night in and night out on both ends of the ball, be that spark that we need, and it'll rub off on the vets. And we'll start taking these games serious, especially against these sorrier teams. These lower talented teams, OKCs and San Antonios and stuff. That's been close games. So yeah, I totally agree with you there about everything you said there, but especially about these young guys. Let's see. Facts Bryce. All right. Lakers Bryce. If Lakers defend well, it would overcome Russ's mistakes, and we are not having this conversation. Exactly. It's just like everything is happening all at once. Injuries, right? Russ was turning the ball over, trying to get adjusted, and when I say injuries, that's LeBron James as well, which means the ball is in Russ's hands even more, and which led to even more turnovers. So, and then bad defense, the worst third quarters in the NBA, and that's a fact, man. We're minus 89 plus minus in third quarters. We've been outscored all year long by 89 points total in the third quarter. The absolute worst in the NBA. I don't care who you are, man. You're not gonna overcome that. I mean, that's tough to overcome. I don't care who you got on your squad, man. How many Hall of Famers or whatever. If you're outscored 90 points in the third quarter, that's tough, man. And that's gonna lead to some losses, even against some bad teams. And a lot of that's what's happening with these bad teams. These bad teams are outscoring us. OKC, San Antonio, Portland, everybody. Minnesota. It's crazy. Minnesota outscored us 40-12 in the third quarter. Absolutely bananas. We need to fix that, man. We need to fix that. I want Russ to not lead the league, Church Revolution 2. I want Russ to not lead the league in turnovers. That's it. Hey, I feel you, but at the same time, it's an adjustment. But he's always led the league in turnovers. His MVP year, guess what? He led the league in turnovers. All these triple-double years, guess what? He's led the league in turnovers. Now, here in the Lakers, I just think with the injuries, right, LeBron being out, Rondo missing some games, THT was out. That was another ball handler. No Nunn. These guys that we signed so Russ wouldn't have to have the ball in his hand. They were smart what they did. Yeah, we went out and traded for Russ. Well, what else did we do? We also got more playmakers. We brought Rondo back. We signed Kendrick Nunn. We expect THT to play make a little bit. Monk can be a good secondary playmaker. So we went and got all these playmakers because we knew that Russ turns the ball over. And we wanted to put him in the best opportunity as possible, where he wouldn't turn it over as much. So that's why we went out and got all these secondary and additional playmakers. So the ball wouldn't be in Russ's hands all the time. And that's what we're seeing now. It's in Russ's hands all the time because everybody's been hurt. LeBron's hurt. And even with Russ's turnovers, man, it's the timing of the turnovers. Like go a week back. Ago, they were in the fourth quarter. Now that's something that I've been impressed with the last few games. The timing of his turnovers. They haven't been down a stretch. They haven't been in the fourth quarter. So throw the Chicago game out because the game was pretty much done, right? Minnesota game, same way. But those other games, San Antonio and whoever else was in there, he wasn't turning the ball over down the stretch as much. He wasn't having as many fourth quarter turnovers as much. Even if Russ has 5 or 6 turnovers, that's okay. What if only one of them are in the fourth quarter? Then we wouldn't talk about it. But Lakers Bryce hit it on the head. we play better defense. We stop getting outscored. We stop giving up 40-point third quarters. We're not even talking about Russell Westbrook, man. But let's not, so it's not just a Russ problem. It's a team problem. We all got to come together. He hasn't been as bad as people said he would, but I don't see that carelessness changing in his game. I do, because it won't be in his hands as much, man. LeBron James will have the ball in his hands a lot. So that's going to make Russ better. Play defense. That's gonna make it not look as bad. So, when you have someone as explosive and as dynamic as him, it's tough. It's like when you got Lamar Jackson. We're talking NFL. When you got Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes or Michael Vick or whatever, those dual threats, the explosive players who can take off and run the ball. Sometimes they're gonna fumble the rock. Just because they're running the ball so much. So same thing with Russ. He's going to have some turnovers because he's trying to make flashy plays and he's explosive and all that. It's going to happen. It's just, the timing. Is Lamar Jackson fumbling the ball, with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter on the game-winning drive? That's what we were seeing with Russ. Or is it a fumble in the second quarter, where, we can kind of overcome it. So that was the problem with Russ. It was the timing of his turnovers. Even when he had 7 turnovers, I still was okay. I understood it because he was trying to do so much, and he's trying to get integrated into our offense. And these guys are trying to get acclimated with him, because he plays so fast. So a lot of times a lot of his passes, turnovers was, he expected you to be there. You was there. All that stuff works itself out, over time. So. I wasn't even that mad about some of the turnovers. It was just when they were in the fourth quarter, though, and he's throwing the ball in the third row, with 50 seconds left in the game, that's, and it's causing us to lose, then those are the ones. So same thing, if Jackson is fumbling a rock in the fourth quarter, on the 2 minutes to go, that's a problem. Same thing with Russ. But I think it'll work itself out. Just let's give it some more time, Church Ref. Let's see LA Sports Live. Plus, now teams are not leaving Carmelo open anymore, right? And but factor this in, LA Sports Live. When we get LeBron back, you ain't gonna have no choice. You can only defend so many players. You can only double so many players. But yeah, Melo, and that factors into what you said earlier about the injuries, and Melo shouldn't be having to play so many minutes. When it's more spot minutes, right, and it's not 30 minutes, you're starting and you're in the game the whole game, it's kind of more difficult to guard you when you come in spot minutes or whatever. And when everybody else is balling, when AD is AD and LeBron is LeBron, and then you got Monk consistent. We need Monk to be consistent. When he's consistent, it's kind of hard, to guard Melo as well. But yeah, that's true. They have been on Melo tough. Tupac Biggie, Church Rev, that is a possibility. The Lakers need a lockdown defender like Ben Simmons. Yeah, man. No, unfortunately, that's kind of tough to come by. A lockdown guy like Ben Simmons is it's only a couple of those guys in the league, and so not allowing you just make a phone call and get that. So it's tough, man. It's tough. THT looking good for real. Right. I think he made the jump, that we all expected him to make. Again, it's only been a few games, so let's continue to see it. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from him so far. Tupac Biggie, AD is AD. He will never be Giannis or Shaq. Yeah, Shaq, no, but Giannis, it's a toss-up for me. That's why I want to see them tonight, go head to head. That'll be real nice to see. But the bubble, the AD that we had in the bubble, the 2020 AD, the bubble AD, if he's playing like that, then he's a top 3 player in the league, and that's including over Giannis or whatever. So, but it's a toss up for me. I want to see those guys battle tonight. Church Rev, AD don't want that attention on the court. His sweet spot is when he's the second option. Those are facts. AD is the most dangerous number 2 on any team in the league, but as number 1 option, he's just good. Those are facts, bro. Those are facts. And that's the setup that we have here. LeBron James, and then you got Russ, another solid option. So AD should be able, but I don't know. A 2 is because you go back to San Antonio on Sunday, before the Chicago game, and AD dominated. Right, of course they didn't have anyone to really stop him, but I mean, how many guys in this league can stop AD when he's focused like that? It's just we see it. It's just not. He has it in his game where he can dominate and be a number one. Look like a number one, but it's just inconsistent. He'll do that 1 or 2 games in a row and then he'll back off. But I mean, he steps up against Giannis. He steps up. You go back to 2020 right before the bubble. You remember? I don't know if you guys remember, but right before the shutdown, not the bubble, I said the bubble, right before the shutdown, before quarantine and all that stuff, the shutdown, the Lakers had a against Milwaukee, and then they had a game against the Clippers, and we won both of those games. And AD dominated in both of those games. He outscored Giannis. He put up 36 points on Giannis. It was a head-to-head matchup. They was on each other all night. I think Giannis scored 34, but AD scored 36. So it was crazy, man. It was crazy. So it's but I'm saying all that to say I agree with you, man. He's a solid number 2, and that's what we got. But even him being a number 2, that don't mean that he can't lead our team in scoring and all that stuff. It's just 2, we got to factor in what he does on defense. How many points, how many defensive changing plays does he make too? Blocks, alter shots, and all that stuff. So he does a lot over there on defense. Defense where you got to kind of factor it into the entire game. Huff, Bazemore, Jordan, and Ariza. So Huff isn't on the. Huff is on a. He's on a. Is he on a 2-way contract? Yeah, I believe Huff is on a. Yeah, he's young. He's on a 2-way contract, so he don't really matter. We can't. It's not like we cut him and then sign another. There's certain criteria you have to meet to be on a 2-way contract. Like and a lot of these guys that you're mentioning, like James Ennis and some of those other guys you mentioned, they don't meet the 2-way criteria. They've been in the league for too long. I think you could only be on I think it's 3 years. 3 years of NBA service. Once you go over those 3 years, you can't be on a 2-way contract anymore. So you could cross him off the list because it's not like, we cut Huff and that opens up a roster spot. Okay, Bazemore, yeah. Jordan, yeah, I did mention Ariza. I don't know if Ariza's getting cut, bro. We got to wait and see what Ariza is. I think Ariza will be good for us, for 15 minutes a night. We're asking him to come in and give us, 12, 15 minutes of good defense and knock down some threes. So, again, you want to cut these guys, but you want to replace them. So you want to cut Ariza and replace them with James Ennis? I mean, I don't really know. We got to see what Ariza is. Tupac Biggie, the Lakers aren't trading AD or Bron, but everybody else is expendable because the Lakers are championship or bust mode. Yeah, I think you could add Russell Westbrook to that list. They're not trading Russell Westbrook either. That's just it. That is what it is. The Lakers don't trade for superstars, give up the whole team, give up 3 or 4 players to bring in a superstar just to trade them in that same year. I don't think that's happening. We really value our superstars here, so that's just the Lakers' way. You go all the way back, that it is what it is. Russ is a turnover machine. He lost 4 games all by himself. Yeah, I don't know about that. Again, if we played better defense than the turnovers, would they really have mattered? So you say he lost 4 games by himself, but he's probably won 2 or 3 games by himself, in this short season. So Tupac Biggie, Russ is a selfish off guard. All right, that's enough Russ stuff, man. We're not gonna blast Russ too much. I'm not gonna keep putting those on the screen. It's just, come on, bro. It's not all Russ, man. We just talk Russ. It's not all Russ. You're saying all that, but we're not saying none of the good stuff Russ does. So come on. Yeah, 2020 bubble AD better than Giannis ever been. Big facts. But Greek freak, that dude. AD, but when AD is driven and aggressive, he's literally unstoppable. Exactly. That's why I want to see him tonight. I want to see angry AD. I want to see him locked in tonight. He got kicked out. We got embarrassed. So let's see him tonight against Giannis. That's gonna be a fun matchup to watch. Very, very fun to watch. But yeah, Giannis is Giannis, man. Giannis is Giannis. AD is AD. But again, like you just said, like we both just agreed when that 2020 AD. So, and I think that's still there. I don't know if he's saving it. Me and Lakers Bryce have this conversation, and Lakers Bryce brings it up. He plays kind of scared sometimes because of those injuries. I don't know if he's saving that bubble AD for the playoffs, which is fine. We started to see it even last year, right? Those games against Phoenix, when we built that 2-1 lead before AD got hurt, we saw that version. We started to see that version of AD. He was getting primed, even though he missed all the time he missed last year. He started to get primed, and we took a 2-1 lead in that conference. So in that playoff matchup, so that first round. So if AD didn't go down, of course I think we win that series. I think it's a gentleman's sweep 4-1. I think AD dominates, and then I think we see the AD that we want to see, the bubble. So that's playoffs. So I mean, I don't know. We're seeing it in spurts every now and again, here and there during the regular season. I don't know if we'll see more of that, or I don't know if he's waiting. We're waiting to see it during the finals. But if he plays like that, he's an MVP. He's a top MVP candidate. So we'll see what it is. Church Rev, another one. I really thought AD was going to take a big leap in 2021, but I don't think being that guy is something he's trying to do right now. As long as Bron is on the court, that's all right. We good. I agree, man. I thought so. Yeah, I thought it was going to be 2021 as well, or last year. I thought it was going to be last year, but then you factor in everything, the bubble, the short turnaround, all that stuff. His first time in his career playing, in the championship and having a long championship run. So I understand the injuries, but yeah, I thought this year it would be that. But now let me say this. If we didn't get Russ, then I think we would see more of that, right? If it was just LeBron, say if it was LeBron, AD, and then we did Hield or whatever, or even if it was DeMar here or whatever the case may be, if it wasn't Russ, then I think we would see that. I think us having Russ, it's taking a little longer to figure things out. Although it's only 15 games. Let's keep in mind it's only 15 games, everyone. It's only 15 games. So it's not like we're at the All-Star break. If we're at the All-Star break and we're saying these same things about Russ and everything else, then okay, I'm with you. But 15 games in. But yeah, so back to what I was saying, I think if it wasn't Russ, another point guard, someone else we had to integrate as a point guard and stuff, I think we would see a lot more of that from AD. I thought he would have had an MVP season this year. And it's not too late. Again, 15 games in. I just think once we have a solid month of, if we could get LeBron back on Friday and we have a solid month and a half, 4 to 6 weeks of those three guys on the court together, then I think we'll really start to see what we can be, and we'll really start to see these guys, together. I think with Russ and LeBron on the floor together, I think AD will dominate a lot more, and these shooters, they'll start making more shots and stuff because they won't have to play, like you mentioned earlier, they won't have to play 30 minutes a night and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah. But as long as we got LeBron, yeah, we are good. It's gonna be a team thing. Everybody don't want to be Dame. This is Church Rev. Everybody don't want to be Dame or Steph. AD cool taking a back seat. Right. I feel you. I mean, we're winning. Well, Steph is a winner, but Dame ain't won nothing. So AD is a number 2 guy at heart with number 1 skill and capability. That's right. But that doesn't, Lakers Bryce. Those are facts. Just like Church Rev said earlier, he said the same thing. Those are big facts. But that don't mean that come playoff, he can't be the best guy, the most dominant and best guy on the floor for a series and help us win series. So yeah, I'm fine with that. And once again, I think when we get everyone back, I think it'll be a little different. We'll see another version. We'll see more of that dominance from AD when we got LeBron and Russ on the court together, and they all figured out, because they're both going to feed AD, and it's going to be tough to double team AD, because you double team AD, you kick it back out to LeBron. LeBron's going to shoot that 3 and make the 3, which he was doing all year, or you kick it back out to Russ, and Russ drives or whatever, so it is what it is. Church Rev, I still stand on my early preseason prediction. Melo going to get 6th man of the year. I believe so as well. It's just right now he's having to play too many minutes, back-to-backs, 30 minutes in the back-to-back. Man, the man is in year 19. So, so once we get everybody healthy and stuff, and we can get his minutes down a little bit, closer to 20, 25, back to the bench role, right? Not to start, although I love Melo in the starting lineup, but off the bench, he's going to be real, real nice once we got everybody. And, yeah, I agree. You're the first person who mentioned that to me back when we had one of our earlier shows, and I'm right there with you. All right. So we've been going for a long time. Again, it's an early tip-off tonight. Tip-off is in 13 minutes. So we're going to get off of here and get ready for that. Join us tonight for the post-game show. Thank you guys, all you guys, for being here. Church Revolution. Thank you my brother. It's always a pleasure to see you. Tupac Biggie, thank you, bro. LA Sports Chat Live, thank you. LA Sports Live, my bad. Thank you. Everybody else who's been on here, I appreciate you guys. Make sure if you guys can, I know it's a little earlier tonight, so it's not as late. But if you guys can come join us tonight for the post game show, Lakers Bryce will be here. He'll be on here with me. So we'll be on here together. And then you guys also, I didn't post tonight. Sorry, fellas, I forgot to post the link to the stream to join the stream. So tonight we'll definitely get that posted. So if you guys want to come jump on screen with us, you're more than welcome. Again, this is our channel. It's not just my channel. It's not just Laker Bryce's channel. We're a family over here, so it's all of our channels. So all of our opinions matter. All of our takes matter, and we would love to have you guys on the screen with us. Remember, you don't have to be on video. It could just be audio, whatever you guys want to do. So tonight for the post game show, we'll definitely post that. But we will be here, win, lose, or draw. If we get blown out by 40 points, then I don't know. Lakers Bryce might be doing a solo show. I don't know if I'm gonna get on here after that, but I'm just playing. We'll be here no matter what. So come join us. Remember the Lakers. Let's run through the Lakers schedule really fast. Once again, we did it earlier in the show. So tonight, Milwaukee. It's a 5-game road trip. So let's build some chemistry and let's get some wins. We got 5-game East Coast road trip. Milwaukee tonight. Again, it's an early tip-off, you guys. It's an early tip-off. That's why we're on here so early. So if you didn't know yet, it's an early tip-off. Tip-off is in 10 minutes? 10 minutes from now. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. So once we get off of here, get to a radio or get to a TV or whatever, and tune in. Get things turned on. All right. So tonight it starts off in Milwaukee. Friday we're in Boston, baby. We're in Boston, and that's going to be a big show, which we'll talk about again in a little bit and more tonight. And then on Sunday, we're in Detroit to take on the Pistons. I think that's a 3 p.m. Pacific time game. All these games are earlier games because they're East Coast games. So Sunday, the Pistons. And then next Tuesday, it's Madison Square Garden to take on the Knicks, who's hot. They're sitting at the top of the Eastern Conference, one of the top teams of the Eastern Conference right now, up there with Brooklyn and Chicago. And then on Wednesday, our road trip ends with a game in Indiana, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So before we stuff our face with all that turkey and ham and stuffing and greens and macaroni. Ooh, man. Ooh. Let me stop, y'all. I'm getting sidetracked. That food. Oh, I can't wait. But before we stuff our face with all that, the Lakers are in action, the night before against Indiana. That'll be another good one. The Lakers, we're sitting at 8-7 right now. We're trying to get back on the winning side of things after getting beat down by the Chicago Bulls on Monday, 121-103, 18-point beat down. It was only 18 points, but the game seemed even worse than that. So we're trying to get back. We're trying to improve our record tonight to 9-7. But Milwaukee, they're coming off of a 2-game losing streak. They're sitting at 6-8, so they're not gonna lay down tonight. They come out, putting their best tonight to get on track. They're sitting at 6-8 on the year, so a slow start. They've been struggling, but they do get a nice boost. They do get a nice booster shot, if you will, tonight in the return of Chris Middleton. He's been out since Halloween, on the NBA protocol, dealing with that. So he returns tonight. He brings he's scoring 20 points a night, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. So that's going to make it even more tougher for us tonight. And of course, Giannis is going to ball out tonight. He's averaging 27 on the year. He's averaging 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Drew Holiday, matched up against Russ. That'll be a nice matchup to see. But the marquee matchup of the night is AD versus Giannis. We've been talking about those two pretty much all pregame, right? So let's see what AD does. Let's see that matchup tonight. All right. So we're looking to extend our record to 9-7, and we're looking to start this 5-game road trip off right, with the win. So it's gonna be a fun one. You guys tune in. It's on ESPN, so it's a nationally televised game. So you catch it there. I'm not sure if it's on Spectrum Sportsnet or not tonight, but I know for sure it's on ESPN. So yeah, let's enjoy the game and let's come back. Join us and for the post-game show. All right, this has been real. We appreciate all you guys once again. Thank you guys for helping us get to 1,000 family members, 1,000 subscribers. Big shout out to you guys. We will be celebrating all of you on Friday night during the Friday night post game show after the Boston game. The Lakers Boston post game show will be, it'll be a celebratory show for that. So we'll give you guys more details. We'll drop an official video at some point tomorrow about that, everything we're going to be doing. But, we'll talk about it more tonight in the post-game show as well. So that'll be fun. But let's get this W tonight, all right? Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It's Lakers over everything. Lakers Nation, let's go, baby. Stand up. Let's get this W. Let's take care of the defending NBA champions. It's the last two NBA champions in battle tonight. Us in 2020, Milwaukee last year. Giannis versus AD. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Lakers over everything. I appreciate all you guys. Join us for the live post-game show, all right? Make sure you have the notification bell turned on. And anyone catching us on the replay, we appreciate you guys. Y'all be blessed, man. Let's get this W. Enjoy the game. Peace.